Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VT Politics. I'm Vlad.
I'm Matt Geiger from VERITY METALS.
So check this out. We're in a hearing from the left. The Republicans are weird. The conservatives are weird. Trump is weird. And we are hearing it from people that put tampons in boys' bathrooms. We are hearing it from people that are all okay with castrating our young men, putting them into dresses, and mutilating our young girls and putting them on hormone blockers. To them, we are weird. But is that true? Is that the case? Is that the fact? And what does Trump have to say about this? And we're about to get into that. But first, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this channel and the video, VERITY METALS. So ladies and gentlemen, right now, we got Bidenflation. God forbid we have Kamala-flation, right? But the
Comrade
Kamala-flation. The number one way to protect your money is through a biblical, constitutional, and the oldest money in the world that cannot perish, that cannot, crumble when a currency just falls apart like Venezuela or the Soviet money. So VERITY METALS, they can take care of you, whether it's a little bit, whether it's a lot, whether it's converting an IRA or 401k, and you can get free gold or silver and qualifying orders when you tell them Vlad sent you. So you see everything on the screen. We're going to keep that rolling. Also, all the information is in the description. Contact them, mention me, get some free silver and gold. Let's get right into this one.
Let's do it.
So this is Trump responding to being called weird.
But you get a lot of those questions because Minnesota, I mean, they picked this guy. He is weird. Right? He's weird. I'm not weird. He's weird.
I'm not weird. He's weird.
No, he's a weird guy. Weird dude. You know, see, they come up with sound bites. They always have sound bites. And one of the things is that JD and I are weird. That guy is so straight. JD is he's doing a great job. Smart. Top student. Great guy. And he's not weird, and I'm not weird. I mean, we're a lot of things. We're not weird, I will tell you. But that guy is weird, don't you think? You know, he called you. But
there we go. So, man, what's your first take on that?
I mean, the Democrats, you know, it's always projection, right? So they're always going to project onto you what they're doing.
Yeah.
So when they call Trump or JD Vance weird, I'm not even the biggest fan of JD Vance. I've read some stuff about him, but you know, for all intents and purposes, I think you know, the Democrats are always going to project on you what they're guilty of, right? Anything the Democratic accuses you of. But yeah, that's my take on it. You know, you see this guy Waltz, you know, he goes into the DNC and these different rallies. He's flailing his arms. He's weird. He's weird. His son, did you see his son crying?
Yeah.
You know, just total, you know, crocodile tears, just fake. But I think the good news is people see it, and I don't think people are buying it.
Yeah. No, it's
cringe.
With his son, what's interesting is when he stood up going like this, like a dolphin. And at first I was like, okay, we found out he's got some, you know, learning disabilities.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let me lay off on the Twitter post about this kid. But then when he went on stage, did you see how Matt Walsh was like dragging, like
yeah.
You could see he's an abusive father.
Yeah.
Number two, okay, his son has a mental disability. Okay, so he can be weird. Why is Tim Walz doing the same flailing with his arms and they're hopping around like his son was?
The guy's just bizarre. I think it's a sign of the times. I mean, look at Kamala Harris. She's, you know, she cackles, right? These people are legitimately weird. And when they call Trump weird or they call JD Vance weird, like I said, it's a projection of what they're guilty of. I personally don't think. I think that they're going to throw somebody in here at the end. I just don't see Kamala. I don't see her actually running, or I don't even see us really having an election. That's just my opinion. As far as the monetary angle, right? Because you guys obviously know me from Vlad's channel. What's happening right now is you're about to see essentially the same thing that happened in the Soviet Union when they took down the way the United States took down the Soviet Union was they were taking large amounts of cash out of the country. And then at a later date, they were going to flood that country with cash. That's exactly what's about to happen right now. All these different countries around the world, what they're going to do is they're going to take down the dollar. And the way they're about to do it in the next couple months is they're going to start sending all these trillions of dollars back into our system, and it's going to saturate our money supply. What that's going to do is it's going to make everything cost a lot more. It's going to push the price up of gold. It's going to push the price up of silver, right? Because when you see gold and silver go up, you're really not making money. What you're really doing is it's really the dollar. It's a sign that the dollar is losing value, right? So you need more of those same dollars to buy the same piece of gold or the same piece of silver, right? So this is, I think, a very good time, probably the best time in human history to be getting your money out of the dollar, at least temporarily, because at the end of the day, the dollar's not going anywhere, right? The dollar's taken many formats throughout our country's history. It's just we have to restructure it from a Federal Reserve note into, let's say, a constitutional note, whatever that looks like. And it's probably going to be backed by, from what I hear, a basket of metals. So that could be gold, probably going to be gold, it'll probably be silver, probably platinum will be in there, palladium. So people should really just start considering getting out of harm's way. You know, as they say, a wise man sees trouble and moves out of the way.
And with that, I want to add something, what the weirdos have done to our country in the last 3.5 years. Dollar General suffers worst day on record. CEO of Dollar General is warning America and says, quote, poor consumers are running out of money. Who goes to Dollar General? Right. I mean, I go to the Dollar General every now and then for small stuff, but it's families who are like low income, who are trying to survive, who are, you know, they work, that are surviving paycheck to paycheck. And they have the biggest market in the nation. There are more poor people than rich people. So more people go and shop and spend money at Dollar General than people that buy Gucci or Louis Vuitton. And when the general of the CEO of Dollar General comes out and says the poorest of the poor are running out of money,
it's a great indicator.
This is showing us big things of the future. And so
it's an indicator. It's foreshadowing of what's to come. And probably the information I just gave you about these dollars flowing back to the United States. You don't think these guys know what I just said, right? These guys are well aware of it. These guys are masters of it because this is how they run their business, right? They're running on very tight margins. They're like Costco, right? They run it. Costco loses money on their chicken, right?
The hot dogs,
the hot dogs and the chicken, right? But they make money on the other stuff. But these stores, these big box store, whatever you want to call them, these are great indicators of what's to come. So when you start seeing a store like Dollar General saying what they're saying, you might want to perk up your ears and listen.
Yeah. And right now, it's going to be interesting. There's, like you said, are we going to have an election? Is Kamala going to be there? There's a lot of, there's a lot of things happening. So we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But the thing is, I want to kind of round it out here for the people at home, right? Because right now, all the Democrat voters are like, they're weird. They're weird. How do we fight back? Let's say I'm walking through Costco, right, and watching or Dollar General, and someone sees me with my MAGA hat, and they're like, "You're a weirdo." How should people respond?
I don't think you really do need to respond. I think what's going to happen is people are going to live through an economic crash. They're going to live through seeing banks close down. They're going to start seeing their money lose even further value, higher inflation. You're not going to be able to convince these people of anything. You could show them a video of factual information. You could put it right in front of their faces. They're going to say it's Photoshop. They're going to say it's AI. They're going to say it's something else other than the exact truth that you're trying to present to them. It's brainwashing. Not to get too much into it, but this is MK Ultra type stuff. This is the stuff that you hear about MK Ultra. This is the modernized version. These people have been put under quite literally brainwashing. So I don't think there's any reason to fight with your liberal neighbors. I would say try to help them when things get bad. Get your gold and silver, get storable food, get water on hand, right? Get your house ready, get your place of residence ready for some very big events. Because again, if you want to take down the deep state, these guys are not going to go quietly into the night. Donald Trump didn't wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to take on the deep state today. No, this is an operation. This is a military operation. We're at war. It's an information war, but it's a war, right? General Flynn's book, right? 5GW, fifth generation warfare. It's information war. So when you listen to guys like Vlad or any of the other, what I call patriot podcasters out there, they're giving you the writing on the wall. So buckle up and hold on, because things are about to get about to get pretty tough.
Yeah, and mentioning General Flynn, you met him, I met him. I've done a podcast with him, and I was actually on the phone. It was less than 2 minutes. He's a busy man, you know. A mutual friend of ours, you know, three-way a phone call between us, and I started talking, you know, just quickly, what's going on with the election? What do you think? He said right now, and these are, like I told you,
yeah,
these are words that General Flynn told me within the very limited time I had with him. He said, make sure everybody you know goes out and votes. He says, when Trump says it's got to be too big to rig, that's what it has to be. In 2016, Trump was not supposed to win. The systems, the computers, just like in 2020, everything was ready to go. But if we remember the polling of 2016, about 3% of the people that voted for Trump were too scared to say that they were. That's where they messed up. They miscalculated in a big way. Now, I believe above everything, there's God's plan, and the Bible says his plan is and his will is perfect, right? And he uses imperfect people. And just sometimes when we don't even know, if you look at Obama, he doesn't even understand that he's being guided by a spirit opposite from God. When he lit up the White House in a rainbow color, which was June 23rd, 2012, I believe.
Something like that.
June 23rd. And like the Greek theology, like from thousands of years ago. So the month of June was like their Pride Month. Thousands of years ago. This is during the Roman Empire. This was during the old Hebrew days. And June 23rd was their, like, towards the end of the month, it was like their biggest day. He didn't even understand that what he's doing, like Jonathan Cahn, Return of the Gods. And so there's good side, there's the bad side, but we got to be ready. You know, they're the weird ones. They're the weird ones. And last thing to show how they're weird, when there was Pride and all this, right? Pride Month. One of the sickest videos I seen, it was like a local reporter, I think in Seattle or Portland, going around interviewing people. And this dude's standing there naked with like a gift bowl on his privates. That's all he had. And they were asked, you know, oh, what's your favorite part about Pride? And he's like, seeing all the kids here and how happy they were. You're celebrating what should be done behind closed doors. I don't care what you do, right? But you're openly celebrating your personal, what should be personal, hidden, behind closed doors. You're celebrating, and the best part of that celebration is that there are children. Those children are confused. If you look at the kids, like whether they're at drag shows or at pride parades, they are terrified.
Sexualization of children.
Their mind doesn't understand what's happening. To them, you know, their innocence is being stolen from them. They are literally being mentally raped. They are being abused, and they are being forced into something that is unnatural for children. Hopefully this video doesn't, you know, but I gotta say that I got 4 girls. Shoot, you know,
4 beautiful girls.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, for all the people who have been watching me for a long time, I live in Arizona now. Got here 3 days thanks to Matt. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be live streaming. This is the bedrock of election integrity fight. And on election day, I'm going to be boots on the ground. We're going to go to different places. We're going to cover it live.
And we'll do some really cool, on behalf of my company, VERITY Metals, we'll do some really cool, like, Trump giveaways. I picked up these shoes recently. These are the actual Trump sneakers that were one of 400. I got number 166 here. So we'll do some really cool Trump giveaways, and that'll be on behalf of my company. Come home, buddy.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you.
Adios.
Make sure to subscribe. God bless you.
God bless.
Trump 2024 or sooner. Well, I'll edit that out.